Good evening and welcome to episode 8 of Dead Entertainment's live commentary series. Bates here. With me as always, my co-host, the Way of Life Live podcast and fellow writer for deadentertainment.com, Rick Mungus. How are you tonight, Ray? How's your Halloween going?
Extremely uneventful, and it just occurred to me earlier that the one movie that I'm probably going to be watching Halloween, and I should have been watching more, is Halloween Resurrection. Why did I do this to myself?
Because we're gluttons for punishment.
Yeah, it appears so. How are you tonight?
I'm alright. As usual in my town, we get like 1 million kids. I bought a 5-pound bag of candy, and that barely lasted me until 7 o'clock. And that was me even taking a break and turning my light off for a half an hour beforehand. So, yeah, we get a lot of kids here.
I was going to say, I'm sorry for taking all your candy, but I really, really like that house. I just came back with multiple costumes and, you know.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to pick you out.
No, I'm very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Yeah, like, I felt bad. Like, Halloween's my favorite time of year. And the last couple of years in this town that I moved to, it just hasn't been pretty much anything. Like, Halloween doesn't exist in this town. Like, my neighbor has, like, a couple weird severed limbs buried in his yard, but I don't even see, like, his kids out trick-or-treating or anything like that, or any signs of Halloween in this neighborhood. And last year, we didn't even get a single trick-or-treater, so we didn't buy candy. So this year, we got a couple knocks, and like the kid in me was like, "Get up, asshole! At least tell them you don't have candy." And I sat down here in shame.
Yeah, no, not quite. I mean, I went outside before around, I don't know, 10 of 8. And opened the door real quick just to see if there were still kids around, and the street was still packed. I had to quickly close my door just in case they thought I had candy. Like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, I kind of envy that.
So, I don't know. Maybe next year I'll buy 10 pounds and see how long that lasts.
Shit, next year I'm coming over to your house just to hang out and enjoy the Halloween spirit. There's nothing, not even a lick of it in this town. And with us watching Halloween Resurrection tonight, that keeps getting worse.
Yeah, you're welcome to come by next year. Let's see, what is it? Falls on a Thursday next year.
Cool with that. I'm cool with that.
So Saturday, our not quite Halloween event. A lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with that. Turnout wasn't as good as we had hoped, but it didn't really matter. We still made the best of it.
Yeah, definitely. We had a lot of the usuals in there, which is pretty cool. But like, it occurred to me that like our original date, the date that we had penciled in, the 20th, I think we were going to do it on, that ended up not working out. I think that probably would have been a little better because a lot of Halloween parties are the weekend right before Halloween. I mean, not to say everybody was going to flock into our thing, but I think that's a good enough reason for, some of the participation being not as good as I hoped. But even so, like you said, we chugged through it. Went longer than I thought, even though we cut out like a huge chunk of all of the content. But it was decent. We had enjoyable enough time. And I got up really, really early to work the next day, which I wasn't enjoying too much. I was like cursing the stream.
What time did we end? I don't even remember.
I think it was like 1?
Yeah.
38, something like that, like closer to 2.
Yeah, because I remember being a little drunk, and then I had to get up pretty early the next morning, too, because I was taking my mom to the Giants game, so But yeah, I remember it was pretty late.
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely went longer than we had anticipated, and like we were even gonna cut more out of it, but we were like, hey, you know what? We planned this, may as well go through with it and have a good time.
Those fucking exploitation trailers, that segment, we need to just do more of that. That is, I had so much fun watching those.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the days where we would just pop on a something weird DVD that like Chris or I would bring or Richie would bring to the horror conventions, and we would just like basically do that anyway. And it popped in my head. I was like, let's give that a shot. And honestly, we couldn't have had a better moment for Tom to pop in because like he just has that real rapid fire quick wit that was needed for those sort of trailers.
Yeah, because I mean, he's not a big horror guy, so he didn't have to sit there and get invested in a movie. He only had to get invested in 3 or 4 minutes, or in the case of that one trailer, like 6 minutes of credits.
Seriously. But I will say this though, that was probably our hardest hit for the copyright claims, and like everybody was coming after us for those. Obviously, its claims are just nothing, but they were knocking on our door the next few days, and I was basically just filing dispute after dispute, like, hey, we can't make money off of this anyway, so don't worry about it. We're just like promoting the promotional material. Chill out. And we got a couple of them dropped so far, which is really good. So I'm not too worried about any of that. But that segment was amazing, a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to just like straight up doing that for an hour one of these days.
Yeah, and I guess because we were playing the videos from YouTube, and some of those trailers had nudity and a lot of nudity.
Yeah,
I guess they didn't really bust our balls too much about that.
No, I don't know if Facebook or YouTube has the technology to scan for nudity in this stuff. But in any case, we lucked out. We apologize to anybody who was watching. Thankfully, it wasn't during work hours. Hopefully, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that last house or the house on the edge of the park trailer.
Mm. Yeah, that one was that was brutal. I don't know if I've ever actually watched that trailer.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have either. Just the movie.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the movie, God, what, 2 dozen times? I mean, that's just with us watching it together.
Yeah, definitely. And it occurred to me when you were like, "Oh, this is one of our favorite movies. We watch it all the time." And like I'm watching the trailer, and it's really, really rapey and full of nudity.
Really, a David Hess movie is rapey and full of nudity? Who would have guessed it?
The funny part about it, though, is like you're gushing over it as though it's like such a timeless classic. And for the sake of exploitation movies, yeah, it's a classic. However, we don't watch it for pure rapey joyness or anything like that. It's just and I'm just gonna stop talking. Probably making it sound worse.
Well, the David Hess rape face meme has kind of become, well, not really a meme, but has become a legendary meme within our little circle.
Yes, the classic rape grin. But like, if you've seen the David Hess movie, like he's if you met David Hess, he was a brilliant, soft, kind soul. But what he was able to channel in his acting, my God,
it was scary.
Man, yeah, it was terrifying. But that's acting for you, know.
Yeah, I just to get off topic real quick, he was just one of those actors who, because he was in such, schlocky and gritty exploitation films from the 70s, he never got really taken seriously, and he never got the recognition he deserved, which is sad because his acting abilities were insane. Like he is on the level of some of the greatest actors of all time, in my opinion, just because of the way he's able to channel being just a villainous, evil piece of shit. Like, David Hess played some of the best heavies you will ever see in movies.
And the crazy part about that too is that he was a likable villain. Like you
Charming.
could see yourself going out to the bar with this guy, you know,
Yeah, he
like, and
wants to
being
party. I want
buddies.
to go party with him. He wants
Exactly,
to
and
boogie.
it's exactly beat me to it. But yeah, no, he was amazing. I would have really liked to see like what would have happened if, you know, maybe he didn't do as many exploitation movies and, you know, found that break. You know, I'm really glad that he's in films that really kind of launched the horror genre into different directions. But at the same time, it would have been really cool to see him in more mainstream film that, you know, he could really show off his acting chops to the world, as opposed to, you know, a small niche group.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, so Saturday went pretty well. Again, we want to congratulate the winner of the mystery, the Dead Entertainment Trick or Treat Boxo Mystery, Anti-God. He was with us all night, amongst a few other new faces that we saw, but he was with us all night, chatted with us all night, hung out. Very cool guy. I really hope he pops in the streams more often. And his prize will be getting mailed out, we believe, next week. So
yeah, we're gonna aim for next week. I've got a bunch of stuff going on this week, and I'm going away this weekend. So, you know, next week is the best time to sort everything out and box it up and get Tom Savini's finger to him as soon as.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so next week on Way of Life Live, we're going to be joined again by Michelle Chaotic to discuss her time attending the Frightmare in the Falls convention, which was in Niagara Falls, Ontario. She popped in on Saturday night and gave us an update, but she spent one more day at the convention, and we're going to hear all about her Sunday at the show. So keep an eye out for that next Wednesday.
Yeah, I was talking to her the other night, and then, you know, like hearing stories from the panels and some of her experiences meeting different guests, and, you know, just the time that she had, it seemed like there was a lot more to tell. And while she's writing a review currently, and the panels are going to be edited and put up on our channel right here eventually, very soon, actually. Excuse me. Sorry about that. While that's all happening very, very soon, we thought it'd be really cool to have her come on the show and just hang out with us. Plus, I want to get like another voice into the mix for our news segments. You know, I'm going to try to get her to stay the whole time, which would be pretty cool. So, yeah, take a look out for that. It's going to be a little bit of a different episode, but, you know, hopefully something that we could do from time to time.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I loved having another voice on the show with us. Not that I don't love hearing the sound of my own voice, and obviously my esteemed co-host over here. But it is nice to break up the monotony of our voices with a nice angelic voice like Michelle.
Yeah, it was nice taking a break on the stream while she was telling us about the convention. I was like, wow, I don't have to like really rebuttal for a little bit. I could kick back. I could go take a walk. I walk around my living room area right here. That's nice.
Yeah, maybe if we get more females on the show, we'll get more viewers.
Oh boy. And yeah, going back to what John said in the chat a little bit earlier, and this is why nobody shows up, guys. This is why.
Blame you. Anyway.
All right, I've got a whole lot of drunk talk from you from the stream that I could blame you for.
Hey, I did not slip up at all, and I actually got into some pretty cool, deep shit. All right.
Yeah, I'll agree with the whole Patient J, man. You like gave that film an Oscar speech. I was like, good lord.
I remember gushing over it very, very hard, and this is coming from not a Batman fan, not a DC fan, but the way I fell in love with that fan film when I saw it, God, 13 years ago for the first time, I was immediately sold on everything about it, and it's still to this date my favorite fan film I have ever seen.
If you're curious to hear his thoughts, just go back to our stream. Out of the 5.5 hours we streamed, I'd say probably like 2.5 hours was his speech about this short film we watched.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Also on Saturday, we did reveal our next live commentary for November. I even believe we played the trailer for it.
Yep.
And it is another 70s exploitation film. You guys should really just get used to that being the live commentary movies, because that's kind of what we love. And a lot of them are probably films most people have never heard of, which is fine, because it gets boring watching the same shit. Oh, let's watch Night of the Living Dead. Let's watch Friday the 13th. It's just fuck. We'll do those occasionally, but our bread and butter are those fucking weird 70s exploitation flicks that nobody's ever heard of. That's our shit right there. So coming November, we will be watching, for our next live commentary, An American Hippie in Israel. I'm not really sure where they got that title. I guess half of it is right. I don't think Israel is ever mentioned in the entire movie once.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It is a fucking funky one. That's putting it lightly. We have actually only seen it once together, but we really did enjoy it for just how batshit insane it was. So I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and watching it again. It's been a couple years since we watched it, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I could pretty much echo that. It's just such a mindfuck of a movie. And like when you start watching this film and see the general premise of it and production quality and the quality of acting and the bad ADR, it's just so damn charming, and you don't know why, but you just love it. And by the end credits, you're just going to be speechless, like we were when we first watched it. Like I'm getting like stuck on words here because I'm thinking of the ending, and I'm just like, oh my, like I'm as speechless as the day I was when I seen it originally, just out there. So definitely track down a copy of it. I think it's on YouTube in its entirety, but wait on that. Watch the trailer and hang out with us next month and witness it for the first time with us, because you won't regret it. It is honestly that crazy of a movie.
Yeah, the trailer doesn't really tell you anything about the movie. In fact, I don't even know what the fucking movie is about.
Damn, I don't think the movie tells you anything about the movie, to be honest.
Yeah, no, the movie will leave you asking more questions. All right, so what did we watch on our last live commentary? Was it Cannibal Ferox?
No, it was I Drink Your Blood.
Ah, it was I Drink Your Blood. Yes. Yes, that is probably like our one of our top 3 staple movies when we go to conventions.
Exactly, and on top of that, the podcast itself, the commentary itself, was a lot of fun. Like for a little bit there, I didn't think anything was really going to top Return of the Living Dead and how much fun we had on Cannibal Ferox, but we came, we saw, we kicked its ass, along with my friend Jess, who joined us on that episode. That was a really fun time. So tonight I think it's going to be a little bit different, but hopefully we could gather and assemble that crew and really go into the whole American Hippie in Israel with that same vibe. But it's going to be tough to top I Drink Your Blood.
Well, even if nobody joins us for that one, hopefully they'll join us for, as I said, I Drink Your Blood is in our top 3 convention movie staples. Return of the Living Dead is one of the other 3, and the third one is actually what we were just talking about, House on the Edge of the Park. I mean that's been one of our staples for many years, and it won't be long until we're doing a live commentary on that one. So, and that is a great flick for its own reasons.
Indeed, I'm actually going to try to convince Michelle to join us on that one. Just me and Michelle, because it would add a very amusing perspective, I think.
Yeah, and that movie, House on the Edge of the Park, is sort of like the unofficial sequel to Last House on the Left. None of the same characters, one of the same actors, but he's playing a different character. But it was sort of billed that way for a very long time as the unofficial sequel to Last House on the Left. So you can kind of get an idea on what exactly the movie is about. It's pretty cool though. I mean, if you missed any of our previous live commentaries, you can go back and you can watch them. And if you have the movies we're watching, just try to sync it up, and then you can enjoy the commentary even more when you're watching the movie with us. All right, so tonight we're watching Halloween Resurrection. Why? Because we've said this many times over the last few weeks. Anybody can watch a good Halloween movie. It's the troopers and the real men who can watch a bad Halloween movie. There's like almost all of them. Almost.
Yeah, like honestly, the other ones have their charm. They have their moments, but Resurrection's one of the ones that I think I revisit the least. And like we all say that we've seen the original many, many times, and I'm sure people have done fan commentaries for the original countless times, but I don't know, like, I didn't really research this, but I want to boldly claim that we might be the first fan, commentary for this movie. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but who the hell in their right mind would do a commentary to Halloween Resurrection?
Idiots. Okay, so so how this is going to work, we'll do a countdown. If you have the movie, get that shit up in your VCR, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever format you are. I gotta say VHS. I gotta say VCR and VHS nowadays because apparently that's a format people still search for. It's like fucking vinyl, and I'm not getting into that.
Please don't.
We do not stream the movie on the channel. We would get taken down and get yelled at. YouTube doesn't like that. So we watch it, and we hope other users have the movie and can join us. These movies are usually really easy to find. So we do a countdown, and then we all play together. That way we kind of are all in the same general area, so you kind of get an idea of what we're talking about as we're commentating over the movie. It's worked before in the past, and it's going to continue to work. And if you don't like it, well, then that's on you. Okay. Let's see. I lost myself because I took it here.
Yeah, that happens.
So, we aren't really experts on all these movies that we watch. And we really don't take most of the moments seriously. In fact, I've never seen this movie in its entirety. I think it's the first movie we're watching that I have not seen in its entirety. So, yeah, this is going to be sort of a new one for me. So, go grab yourself some drinks, a little snacks. We play a little intro video, and then I get everything ready, and then I do the countdown, and we're going to begin. So that is what I'm going to do. If you need to go get some snacks or anything, go do it now. And I'm going to go ahead and play the intro video. And I just remembered this happened last time. When I play the intro video, because it's a different scene, and then I go back to our scene, it plays the Dead Entertainment intro again.
We got to really work on that.
I know a way I can get around it, though, for next time. Actually.
You know what, though?
Fuck it, I don't care. Alright, so you're going to get our intro video twice, and you're just going to deal with it, alright? So if you need snacks, you got to go to the bathroom, you need a drink, go do that now. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it's just so good, to kick back and get to watch the hard work of our buddy John who put together our intro. So enjoy it, goddammit.
Yeah, exactly. You get to see it twice. Well, technically 3 times, because I think we play it again at the end of our streams. But...
Yep. I mean, shit, we're gonna send it to you on DVD. It's that good.
All right. So yeah. So you got to go to the bathroom. You need drinks. You need a snack. Go now while our lovely 70s intro plays.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right. So I hope you guys did what you had to do. And we are going to go ahead and get ready here. All right. So let's just get this started now. We've already wasted way too much time. And I want
it started or get it over with.
Yeah, both. I don't want this done as soon as possible at this point. So we're getting started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Halloween Resurrection. Why are we doing this? Why?
Yeah. The music is a little bit different than
I
the
like
other
the
ones.
music. You know, when
Yep.
I that was the one thing that I liked. I liked the way they did this theme.
It's noticeably different, and I think every film changed it up a little bit, but this one just really stands out to me.
All right. I am going to try to get some sound on my speaker so I can hear the movie because of my weird setup. So hopefully it does not break anything here. It shouldn't.
Hopefully not.
It didn't when I was messing with it before, but hopefully it sticks. Let's actually it should be okay. All right, let's okay, so that's still good. Okay.
Forgot Tyra Banks was even in this movie. Her performance is just way overshadowed by Busta Rhymes.
Okay. Should be good.
Yeah, it's really weird saying that with a straight face. Not like a Now, this is an area that I've really thought that all of these films should have explored more. Like him being in the hospital, I think would have added a lot to the story rather than having this weird, convoluted family history of him continuously stalking various family members.
Well, are they family members? Are they not family members? We don't know anymore.
Well, not anymore, but in any case, it was just one thing after another with these movies.
God, she looks so young, and this movie is not that old.
It's older than you think. 2002, my friend.
But it's weird though. She looked older in H2O, which was what, 98?
Yes. Maybe I think it might be the short haircut that did it. If they didn't half-ass the Curse of the Thorn, then maybe it would have made a little more sense. But they really shot themselves in the foot. I agree on that. I think that would have been interesting to see where that would have.
Yeah, well, the thing was, they kind of just threw the whole Thorn cult into the series without giving it any real thought.
Yeah, they tried to explain things that they didn't really need explaining, and then they got cold feet on the whole thing, and that's why there's a Halloween 6 producer's cut.
Which I've never seen, but I heard, like, makes more sense.
Yeah, not by a hell of a lot, but it's still really cool to check. They just released it, too, on Blu-ray, I think last year.
Okay, so he's walking around in the paramedic's uniform, but he's still holding the knife. Nobody sees that?
Hey, man, and moreover, why is the paramedic just, like, cutting through some shrubbery?
I love how they explain everything down to the finest detail.
Yeah, they've really worked on trying to bring him back from the.
You force them drugs down her throat.
And here's where
none of the heroes or anything in this movie, in these movies, ever fucking take their fucking medication.
obviously they could have taken this entire movie a whole different direction. Like, this is where she could have became that badass, became that Sarah Connor like persona that she is in the new movie. But no, they're like, all right, we're gonna give her like a day shoot and call it a.
We're gonna kill her and just be done with it.
Pretty much. This is way more of a 90s feel than I remember it having. I know it wasn't made in the 90s, but it definitely has that Scream sort of vibe already.
Yeah, because they were still following H2O, and it's that aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. And that aesthetic, that lasted a lot longer than it should have.
Yeah, I did. Anyone out there? All right, there's a guy clearly behind you. Like, you just did not even attempt to look around. All right, where did a mental patient get a clown mask from?
Good question. Good question. And why is he so calm about him getting out again? The minute he got out the first time, they should have overhauled their entire security system, and also fired that cop in complete negligence.
Yeah, he's not doing his job very well.
Nor is this guy. All of them, just all fired.
All right, our tax money paying these idiots.
Ugh. All he wanted was a Pepsi.
Just one Pepsi.
So many choices.
I like the really old looking Pepsi machine. Oh, that might be my favorite thing about the movie.
Again, this is a regular occurrence. Fucking Harold gets out of his room and they're nonchalant about it. This guy's shoving tasty cakes in his mouth. Like, come on, don't you have a break for this time?
I love how all these basements, doesn't matter where it is, what
I
movie
was
it
about
is,
to say this.
all these basements have the same light fixtures. And when something happens, those light fixtures look like they just got attacked by Rocky Balboa.
Whatever happened to drop ceilings? Like, they have this one swinging light, and that's good enough for the laundry room. You know, like no fluorescent in sight.
I need more light. How am I supposed to pre-wash my shit with one hanging light?
Yeah, for sure.
That ain't your laundry. Get out of there.
He's like looking for some panties or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly.
And
Right.
when did Michael Myers become this amazing, like he must have been killer in gym? Just one-handed pull-ups.
He's climbing the rope to the top to ring the bell. He's doing it with one hand.
God, I almost want to make a parody video out of that.
I like how Michael killed this guy. Well, the first guy. And managed to get some white sheets bloody, threw them in a dryer, and had change. Unless, no, they probably don't take change. But yet, still found enough time to start a load of bloody whites all before that guy came.
Now Harold's interest is piqued. God, the lighting is very Oz.
It's just everything about this movie just looks cheap.
What is up with that mask? You know what's weird?
Or
They
that
go
door.
through all
What
these...
the fuck was it made of? Balsa wood?
That's what I was about to say. But like, they go through all these depths of explaining how he survived and how they're all related and all this crazy shit, but they can't properly explain how the masks change every film.
Jess goes, my god, this movie is terrible. That's putting it lightly.
Oh, you haven't even gotten to the terrible parts, my friend. This part of the movie is where I think the movie should have ended. If it was like a 15-minute movie and I paid full price for it, I would have been happy where it ends after this segment.
Why is the hair on this mask like real, like fro-like?
I don't know. This is a terrible mask, which is weird because I follow a lot of the fan community and mask makers and all that, and people seem to love this mask. I don't understand why. It looks terrible.
Well, honestly,
Here it's not that bad.
it looks better than the Part 4 and Part 5 mask. I mean, where do you get that? He got that mask at a fucking hardware store.
Which hardware store sells masks?
I don't know, whatever one he went to. Now, how did she have all that shit planned?
Dude, if Harold could wander around aimlessly at a whim, I think she could get up to the roof and plan all this. Yeah, the mask is definitely way too smooth.
Well, you were hard to track down.
It was another problem with this movie. This like movie was billed with her as like top billing and everything, like right next to Busta Rhymes.
Well, it was the only star power they had.
Yeah, but she's in the movie for like 15 minutes at best. She probably has like a total of 2 minutes screen.
I don't get this. Like, what's going on here? Cut the rope. He
They're
walked through.
all the shit she's been through. Like this is amateur hour.
Yeah, like he walked through your door head first. I'm pretty sure it's Myers. Whoever wrote this death scene is just not right anymore, ever.
It would be Larry Brand and Sean Hood.
Dude, he's hanging onto that ledge with his hand twisted backward with like 4 fingers.
Pull up master. So Sean Hood apparently wrote Sick Girl from Masters of Horror.
What?
At least he did something right.
I thought Lucky wrote that. I know he directed it.
Let us see. The only canon I want to keep from that is that date, because that means we share a birthday.
Not like Michael, like, here, just take my favorite weapon. I'm not gonna kill you. I kill everyone else, but I'm not gonna kill you. So this whole mental institution, there's only like 2 or 3 security guards. That's it. No other staff.
And 2 staff, 3 security guards.
Goddamn straight, Michael is a Libra. Oh well. Apparently Libras are homicidal maniacs. So good job.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. So yeah, when I first saw this movie, that's where I wish the movie ended. Him walking down the hallway, cut to Bell Black, directed by. I would have been very happy with it. Why are always like these scenes where the professors are talking? They all try to mimic the scene in the very original, but it's always something that's related to the movie. It's just such an overdone thing in these. Even the new movie has the same scene.
I like how every kid in that classroom all are like holding up their heads, like barely awake.
Maybe this movie takes place in Springwood.
I'm pretty sure you could cut out all the dialogue and nonsense for like the next 25 minutes and would not make a difference.
No, it's probably not.
All right. So this dude is a cook or a chef of some sort, and he's sitting there, he's chopping up vegetables. That's cool. This motherfucker's got 2 raw artichokes in with all of them vegetables. What is he gonna do with those artichokes? There's like only one way to cook them, and you don't cook them with other vegetables. That bothers me.
They're like, just pick up a bunch of vegetables from the produce market. God, reality TV. Updated this movie is. We're going to be bigger than the Osborne.
Honestly, it's not all that dated. I mean, we still get awful reality TV.
No, I was more referencing the Osborne.
Yeah, but at least that had entertaining moments.
There's this sickly looking creepy kid
standing next to a pinwheel of thongs.
I mean, doesn't everybody have those?
I love how they're just like they do not care that he just manhandled their their panties there, and it looked like he was gonna go in for a sniff. You don't sniff them when they're clean.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude, that's amateur shit right there.
Let's scroll back up and reread what John said earlier. This is why nobody shows up, guys.
Man, I remember when I had monitors like that and big stupid microphone like that, and
I'm trying to forget. God, this is like Scream meets American Pie.
he's typing. Leave him alone. God. He's trying to get his fucking virtual sex on, man. Leave him alone. He wants to get his V dick wet. Like, who decided it was like, yo, you know what this movie needs? Busta Rhymes.
This was during this weird era where rappers were obsessed with being in horror movies. Like,
Well,
there's no problem with it, but
H2O had who? LL Cool J?
yeah.
He was a rapper. He lived.
Like,
right? He lived in H2O.
I think so, yeah.
And he was in Deep Blue Sea, lived in that. The shark ate his bird.
Speaking of American Pie.
Yeah, right? Like the most boring character in all those movies.
Agreed. Wow, he's like a booger ripoff.
Yeah, a little bit. He does sort of look like Curtis Armstrong. So her screaming can just shatter glass.
Apparently. You sure she's not an X-Men?
All right, I was about to say, yeah. So apparently she's Banshee. Let's give her a wingsuit and she can fly. Black Bolt, eat your heart out.
Just him watching this explains that he knows martial arts later. Or at least justifies the poor excuse for martial arts later on.
Yeah, he watches old kung fu movies, so naturally he knows kung fu. That's how that's how movies work, people.
That's how I learned kung fu.
Yeah. Yeah, the American dream to be on some stupid reality TV show. You got it, man. You got it. You hit the nail on the head.
At the time, it's pretty much accurate.
Yeah, I guess everyone wanted to be a siren. Yeah. Well, no, sirens have lovely voices that, beckon you. Right? They're not like screechy hurt your ears voices. They're, nice voices.
They should have added a new character so you had somebody to talk to other than himself.
The character siren. Who is it? What character is that from?
Yeah, I could see how they would make that mistake there.
Yeah, I know. It's
so looks like Michael Myers.
Why is this girl having visions of Myers? That doesn't make sense.
She's related to him, obviously. Just like everybody in these movies.
I like the way this guy thinks. He's cyber pussy whipped. Oh, Sindel from Mortal Kombat. Not Siren. Like, who are you talking about? I'm like, I know what sirens are, and they got nice voices. Sindel, one of the worst Mortal Kombat characters ever.
All of those interfaces on that ancient internet, they all look like fucking word bubbles.
I love it. They're using like they those could be Palm Pilots, but I also think HP released some things very similar to that back in the early 2000s.
Oh man. This music is intolerable.
Thankfully, my volume is not very high, so I don't really hear the music.
I actually had to mute it for a second there just to make sure I didn't have some random funky music playing in the background.
You know, the Cannibal Ferox soundtrack playing.
You know? Like, did I forget to close a browser window? God, I feel like they brought in MTV for this crap.
Listen. All right, so if we're going in real time here, you know, saying that the original movie takes place in 78, this movie takes place in 2002, and we're going by, you know, that time lapse, which is, what is that, 88, 98, so we're talking about 25 years, all right? So in 25 years, I'm going to assume that that house has not been occupied, right? You know, no one.
Hey, you would expect somebody to like come in, flip it, and sell it off,
right? It wasn't. They didn't use it in any future movies, right? It wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't in H2O because that took place at like a campus, and then it wasn't in 4 or 5, right?
If it was probably a similar situation as it is now, where they were. It's been years since I've seen those.
Okay, so even then, let's say it was in 4 or 5. We're still talking 15 years since it's been. No. If it was in one of those movies, I definitely remember Danielle Harris's character, Jamie. She was like going down a laundry chute or something. And I feel like it might have been in the Myers house, but it was still all old and decrepit. Is there a knife at the end of that?
Yeah, the leg was like super pointy.
I don't get it. Like, they need some non-lethal fucking camera booms there.
Oh, that they were like, imagine this if they pick this thing up and stab somebody with it, we can have a camera on the other end.
Anyway, what I was trying to say. So this house has probably been like this for 20 plus years. The town would have come in a long time ago and knocked this fucking thing down. Because it would have been breeding all kinds of rats and varmints, and sure, fucking teenagers would be going up in there, getting drunk and having, you know, sexy time. Ain't no town letting a house go that long.
Yeah, even if it was owned by somebody, like the town could put pressure on the owners to at least redo it and keep upkeep.
Wait, that orange car, I saw that in a scene earlier, and they were just towing it away. Like, was that Myers' car? Did he steal that car and they just towed it?
I don't even know.
You see Myers running after the tow truck with the butcher knife in the hand. Dude, put it down! I was only parked for a minute.
Another good parody video right there. Where are the grips that help them with this equipment? They just like lock and load like they're Ghostbusters or something. Like complete experts, even though they were just cast 2 days ago.
They're all apparently, you know, experts on this shit, and they can hook all this stuff up themselves. You know, thousands of dollars worth of video and sound recording equipment, but they know how to use it.
Yeah, and they literally have 2 producers on this entire thing. One camera operator who was just killed with a tripod.
All right, so
what is it?
I don't get the premise of what this reality show is supposed to be. They were supposed to go in here and look for clues. There's like 5 or 6 of them, and I mean, it's only a little residential house. It would take you like 30 minutes to go through that house with all of you.
Probably an element of like who could stay the longest, and all that good.
So basically, excuse me. Basically, all this was House on Haunted Hill with Michael Myers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Except
why I'm so.
I was going to say, except it doesn't have, Vincent Price or at least Jeffrey Rush playing the Vincent Price character, so it fails.
Indeed. That's why I'm so glad the Paranormal Activity version of Halloween that they were really pushing for never came to pass, because it's like, did we not learn from mistakes of the past? Like,
well, no, that was they were going to do that with Friday the 13th, not Halloween. They were going to give us a found footage Friday the 13th movie, remember?
They were talking about it too for this movie as well.
Well, it's pretty much a partial found footage movie, and that's terrible.
Sure.
What makes you think that there's power to the house?
Moreover, who's going to vote them off the island?
I don't know. I don't know what that.
They don't have any equipment at all. No people to do it. No hosts.
I love how this one guy is going through the spice cabinet.
He's a chef.
Nothing like some 25-year-old tarragon.
And you can see how lazily these characters are written too. It's like we saw him cutting up some food, and now he's looking like all he is obsessed with like spices and kitchenware. Like they wrote down like 7 names and then just put random facts about them, and that was the end of their character development.
I like how in that little jump scare with the flicker footage that they had to put some fucking the quick shot of the Myers mask, and like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, just stop it.
Gotta say, not creepy at all. Did you not see part 1? Did you not see his parents? His parents were like the 2 straightest middle-class parents I've ever seen.
Seriously, it's... Man, no one likes, what was his character's name from American Pie?
He was that forgettable. Oh no.
It wasn't Finch, obviously not Stifler. It wasn't Jim. I know everybody else's name.
Nice dissolve. And the 2 least original costumes go to...
Well, at least he's not being insensitive, and when as put blackface on, at least it's just
that's a thing.
So it's, but you know what, like people would still call his costume insensitive in today's world. Like I get, obviously I'm not for anybody dressing in blackface, but it's like it's just there's just some things you just can't do anymore.
And like, if you really wanted to go and do that up, they could have just picked characters from Reservoir Dogs. It worked out. Also, that guy's name is Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Okay.
Forgettable Kevin.
Yeah, but everybody in Reservoir Dogs all had the same suit on, so they all look the same.
Hope these guys aren't much different. Oh, God, I just remembered more details about this movie. Just cringeworthy stuff is on the way.
I like how they were at a party and he like knew exactly where the computer was.
Like I said before, just random facts down on a piece of paper, and that's just what defines.
Really? That's all? That's really?
Yep.
All right. So when they were in the house before, it was pretty bright out. So it was like the middle of the afternoon, and now it's obviously nighttime, and they're still here. They haven't found everything that they were supposed to look for, and rhyme or reason to this garbage.
No, not at all. And I mean, I think a movie like this could be successful had they put in any amount of effort, little thinking, little writing. Curious what the budget was on this movie. I wonder if it saved some money by doing the whole Paranormal Activity cheap.
God, if this budget was any more than 10 million, then I would love to know where that went.
Looking it up now.
You know what? I'm gonna say the budget for this movie was probably like 30 million.
13 million.
13. Okay,
Yep, and it made a worldwide total grossing of 37.
So it actually made money. 13. Okay, so I wasn't close with my 30, but I was closer with my, if they spent any more than 10, I don't understand where. Okay, so I can see 13. I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, the rights alone, getting some of these big name MTV people at the time, waste of money, but they spent.
But they made money. They did not lose money.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just a little crazy to me that a movie with a budget of 13 million bucks only brought in just a hair under 40 in its entire grossing, whereas Halloween 2018 made 70 something million in the opening weekend. I know there's inflation and all that other stuff to consider, but yeah, horror wasn't. Maybe this was at the tail end of the whole Scream infatuation.
Yeah, I think by this point, people are over Scream. People are over I Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban
H2O
Legend.
Probably didn't fare very well either.
Yeah. Which, okay, I got a question about H2O now. All right, so Jamie from 4 and 5 is supposed to be Laurie Strode's daughter, right?
I don't think so. Like, I think niece, if I recall.
But she didn't have a sister or a brother, unless Michael.
Oh, I mean,
well,
yeah. Wait, what? I don't know.
No, I think
the whole thing's a mess.
I think Jamie was supposed to be Laurie Strode's daughter. Okay. So let's assume that this movie in H2O would take place in that same timeline, which I'm pretty sure it does. That means
Yeah,
she
right.
had another kid who was well, God, what is his name? He was in The Faculty. What was the kid's name from The Faculty and H2O?
Checking now. Josh Hartnett.
Okay. So she has Jamie. obviously is doing whatever she's doing. Does not raise Jamie. Does not see Jamie. Jamie ends up dying in Halloween 6. Apparently,
what was Halloween H2O only a continuation after part 2? Did they ignore all the sequels like they did with the new? In which case, Jamie doesn't exist and she was replaced by Josh Hartnett.
that would be the only way it would make sense, because why would she just completely ignore her first kid and then go out and have another kid?
Yeah, moreover, not have any sort of baggage from not only the whole Myers thing, but also finding out years later that Jamie was killed in 6. God. Like we were saying that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a really funky timeline, but this may not have the funky timeline, but as far as characters go and what's canon and what's not at which time period, my God, it is insane.
Yeah, it's I mean, Texas, Texas Chainsaw is just, I don't get any of those movies.
I don't see this show being viewing party worthy, especially while a party is going on.
Let's stop drinking and dancing and eating food and probably getting laid and watch blurry body cams on 56K dial-up internet.
Yeah, seriously. And meanwhile, these two are just not doing anything whatsoever. Who's editing? Who's doing the live editing?
Okay, so now Michael Myers is apparently some ghetto version of the Candyman.
And moreover, how big is the wall behind? Because is it a real thin wall, or is there a lot of spacing to fit another body in there?
Well, you gotta figure it's a older house, so it's probably not drywall. It's probably plaster, and that's a lot harder to get through.
He might have a concussion. He might have to be out for a couple weeks.
we got to take him to the blue tent. Blue tent concussion protocol for Myers.
Absolutely.
His return to the movie is questionable. Man, why would you want to lay in that old, dusty, dirty, moldy ass bed? Okay, so that's obviously the famous closet from the first movie. Well, didn't the closet doors get all busted through?
I hate when they put throwbacks like that into these movies, because all it does is remind you of the past. And you're like, wow, that's convenient that they have the same sort of situation happen. That dude had to bust through the shutters
for no reason. I mean, she opened the door like a half a second later. Him breaking that, it was completely unnecessary.
Definitely. All right, man, this is definitely awesome. Cool guy hanging out with the nerd.
Oh, this is intolerable.
Our concussion protocol.
Movie almost over.
You want the truth or a lie?
Ugh. Don't even tell me. Obviously, somebody can't color in the lines.
What was Rob Zombie, a consultant on this movie? Or this is where Rob Zombie got his ideas to make him a fucked up kid?
No, this can't possibly be a Rob Zombie movie. Like, every character is not a just blithering fucking asshole.
Not to mention, they haven't reached their quota for saying the word fuck. Yeah. I mean, they had to have had like 60 of them in the first 10 minutes.
But it's like everybody in a Rob Zombie movie is just an unlikable, awful asshole. Go back and rewatch his Halloween movies. Every single person in Haddonfield is a dickhead. Nobody's likable in that movie.
Yeah, they all seem to have it coming.
I think Danny Trejo's character was the only one who was likable.
I'm still very okay with Ken Furry, but I understand. I understood your points from the last time. Oh, it's Resident Evil now?
Big Joe Grizzly. He was wearing like some long john onesies. What the fuck?
He was. Oh, is this what happens? Is that the theme of the show? God, they really took 90s kids as complete morons. At least to have that sort of exposition in there.
Okay. No house would be built with like a cellar like this.
No, not at all.
The house was built in like the Civil War times.
It's amusing that they try to bring it back to basics of what made Halloween in H2O. And then the very next movie, they just like completely flush all of that down the toilet and go back to asinine. Except the ones you're wearing.
Yeah, let's get naughty down in a frickin' fruit cellar. Like, really? This stuff turns you on? There's probably like some brown recluse and shit down there.
When in Haddonfield. That wasn't believable.
Oh, watch out! It's a graboid!
Or that like worker in the wall in the movie The Gate.
Why are you covering up your breast now? Like, what was the point of covering up your breast at that point? Afraid the skeleton was going to see your nipples?
All right. You mean the movie Lied?
You mean the reality TV show Lied? Michael got some manners. He closed his doors. He wasn't raised in a barn or a fruit cellar.
Not chained to a high chair. God, this costume is just so bad.
Also, the guy playing Myers does not have a really good Myers walk.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We got Darth Vader starring as Michael Myers.
All right, the real Myers wouldn't be sitting here listening to this bullshit. See? You see, Busta Rhymes got that rapper protection. Myers is like frozen with fear. He can't attack. By the laws of horror movies, I cannot kill the rapper. Wow, this scene is still going on.
Yeah.
And okay,
And
he just
walks
leaves.
away like a little bitch.
See, it's that rapper
You're
protection.
right about it.
I told you, man, that rapper protection.
Man,
He's
I
got
really
it.
hope that the
LL
I hope
Cool
that
J
the
had it.
Busta Rhymes commentary comes out. I really want that.
I should get some nice tits. Who else had it? I think Ice-T had it in the Leprechaun movie he was in. Oh, no one can see it. God, look at those fucking body cameras. The fucking catacombs under the house? See, I told you the house would be infested with rats.
But you did.
Town would have taken care of that long ago.
It's also weird how the newspaper would get that kind of photo of her. Looks like it was screen capture from the movie.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that rat is still alive. How was there power down there? How was that light on to begin with? I don't think Myers is paying
Nowhere
the
else
fucking.
in the house.
I don't think Myers is paying the public service bill every month. What is this like cemetery gate in the basement? Like, where is she?
Seriously, it is like Resident Evil with like an entire labyrinth underneath that. The door is locked. You need a key shaped as a heart.
She's like, at this point, she realizes it's real.
Well, at least she figured it out. Too little, too late.
Means that her part in the movie is done and she got to go home.
None of us are allowed to go home.
How does he know that she was just killed?
He's a computer whiz, remember?
He didn't see anything. Of course, we got the stereotypes here. I'm not even gonna say it.
Mm. Yeah, that's pretty awful.
Yeah, it is. I brought down more beer to help me get through this movie, but I don't even think I wanted to waste good beer on this crap.
Yeah, seriously. Like, a lot of these set pieces just scream that they did like an Alta Vista search for horror movies and just like took random shots from different movies.
Well, no, this would have been back in the early 2000s. They would have been fucking asking Jeeves, yo.
Like in the last scene, like just like the three shots, it was like Nightmare on Elm Street, and it had all sorts of different vibes to it. All extremely cheap, though.
Damn, they sure know where to turn the camera off real quick.
Glad they had so much time to train. God, this reminds me of when I heard that the what the hell show is that? Storage Wars. When that guy found out that the lockers were all fake and set up, he was so butthurt, just like these guys.
Yeah, because I mean, come on. I've seen some storage lockers before. It is just all garbage. I had a storage locker. You know what my storage locker was filled with? Fucking fucking Datsun parts from my Z's. So it's like most of those storage lockers are just filled with garbage.
Yeah, I've seen some interviews with that dude, and he was so mad that he found out that the wizard was little old man behind the curtain. I was gonna say early on that Busta Rhymes is pretty decent in the early scenes, but he gets
real bad. Yeah, he takes a real bad turn.
Like when he was just doing the producer thing, I was like, all right, I guess he wasn't as bad as I remember. Wrong.
I've seen this girl in other stuff. I can't think of what though.
Dude, I've been saying that the entire time. Like I can't place her. Let's find out.
I know I've seen her in something else. What did he clean his fucking... Alright, listen. I don't care how strong you are. You ain't fucking one slicing a fucking head off with a chef's knife.
Yeah, not unless it's like a Ron Popeil knife.
I mean, what is that chef's knife made out of? Adamantium?
That's Katie Sackhoff. She was in Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, that's oh my god, that is Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah. 24. Yeah, that explains it. She was young, man.
Yeah, just look at the knife. Got your ears. They ran out of money for a good kill there. Michael's like, fucking wrecking my steps. You gotta pay for that. Like, literally, like, write me a check, bitch.
Kind of weird that when you saw the camera, like the perspective from the guy's camera, you heard Michael Myers breathing, like, more prominently. It didn't make sense.
Myers just came out of concussion protocol, and you gotta hit him in the head with a rolling pin? Come on, man.
Like that, those characters feel as though they were just added at the end of the movie. Like, we don't have enough teenagers. Let's put these assholes in this house party.
Well, at least he tried to fight back, and he didn't do a very good job, but...
No.
Didn't he already have a knife in his hand?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he did.
Alright, and none of those knives are long enough to go through his body and have that much of the knife poking through the door where it's holding up his body. That's just...
Yeah.
Nope, sorry. That's not happening.
Well, it's like he had a butcher knife that was like the size of something in a Final Fantasy game weapon. You know what I mean? Like Cloud's weapon.
He had a katana-sized chef's knife.
Exactly. Don't worry, let me hack her phone, and I'll help her.
Man, they got that. I want to know what internet they're using. There is no latency on the broadcast.
None.
Like, he's hitting send, and he is fucking right there. Like, they're coming right through.
Yeah, but the texts are like coming one letter at a time. It's like,
Listen, I've been texting since texting was a thing. I ain't never seen that shit.
last time I saw like technology like that was like on that show Ghost Rider.
Oh my god, that show is awful.
It was really bad. The only time I see text like that is when my computer's lagging really bad and like I'm trying to type.
Or if you're stuck in the Matrix or something.
Hmm. I want to go to the roof, man, because like all he has to do is chase her to the edge, and if she jumps down, he'll just like straight up like a boss do his like one-handed arm hang down, just like lower himself to the ground, no big deal.
You know, with the strength that he possesses, you know, he could win like every event in the Olympics for the United States. He could get all kinds of endorsements. He could be living large. Nope. Gotta stab teenagers. That's what he's gonna do.
That or he could just like go to an arm wrestling competition and become a professional.
And break things with his face. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
Why can't he ever just open things normally? Why has he gotta break everything with his face?
Got these little weird staticky transitions are so cringy.
Yeah.
This is before or after the Blair obligatory Blair Witch shot.
Oh my god, they killed Jim Brewer.
God, they like these people like yell at the movies. They're the reasons I hate going to the movies.
I hate going to this movie too. I never realized they killed Jim Brewer. That's not nice. Staring at
Just checking our makeup.
in a dead guy's face.
Yep, right in his eyes.
A bust to taking charge. Yep. Like, seriously, how fucking strong is he supposed to be? He's just hurling people. Bust is not a little dude. I mean, Bust is a pretty big dude.
Oh yeah. God, Dangertainment. Sounds like something Ronnie would name his production.
Oh god, yes. Then again, Dangertainment, Dead Entertainment, we're really not that far off.
You shut your mouth.
We are not that far off at all. Alright, I don't know.
And I'm officially done. I'm just gonna X out of this, and
I don't know who decided this was a good idea.
and these are choices. They made some choices in this one.
Somehow he gets kicked out the window. Well, no, obviously you see how he gets kicked out the window, and in his transition from going out the window onto the roof, over the roof, something is there that wraps around his neck like a noose and hangs him.
Yep, seems legit.
What could possibly be there? It's not vines. Ain't no vines that are gonna be crawling up that house that are gonna be able to hold his weight.
That's where they store the water hose, right up on the roof.
Listen, I get it. I love horror movies, and I am able to suspend disbelief, but on stuff that I just can't do, I can't suspend, I'm gonna call that shit out, and that's pretty much every movie, or rather, every scene in this movie. That's what I meant.
Some things you'll just never understand.
Oh, you know what I think that was? I think that was like a cable line of some sort.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. Are there?
That was like a comedy shot right there.
It really was.
Like, how did he get back in without them hearing him? Especially when all the doors are like locked.
And it's not the first time that's happened in this movie either.
Okay, so she was just in the basement, and then that other fruit cellar is in the basement. So the house has two basements.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Big house.
And apparently a stove in the second basement. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it.
What's amazing to me, the fact that people criticize Halloween 3, yet accept this.
There goes your playing days, lady. That was your Achilles. Actually, I think he like cut like the back of her calf.
Love that they filmed that specific shot just so they could explain a. I don't know about you, but I would have like thrown the lawnmower at him, not just like tipped it over.
I would have tried to mow him.
Right? You ever saw Dead Alive? Shit could work.
Yeah, man, he did some work with the lawnmower in that movie.
Oh yeah. Turn old Mikey boy into friggin' spaghetti with that thing.
I like a door that, Myers goes to open, it's unlocked and needs it to open, but every other door that the kids try to open, they're all locked, can't open them. No way, no how.
And moreover, why is he opening the door? Shouldn't he just like hit his head through?
Yeah, seriously, he should have broke the door down with his face. It's kind of like his thing in this movie.
Yeah, plus it's more metal to open doors that way. Isn't it so convenient that the cameras are like pointing at the faces of the dead people too? They're well lit. They have a good camera angle and shot.
Alright, a chainsaw would be doing a hell of a lot more damage.
Oh, it's a chainsaw? I thought it was a leaf blower.
Alright.
I don't know about you, but with him being like, there you go. There you go. You say you're 2 feet away from him, you throw that son of a bitch at him.
She chucks a chainsaw at him. I love that. Oh no! A little mixing board is on her legs. She can't move.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I think weighs like a total of 5 pounds. God, Hollywood really does take us for fools, don't they?
I love that look Myers just had. Oh, oh God.
Oh.
But I loved that when he came busting through the door, and then Myers just looked over at him and was just like, this motherfucker.
God, all you needed was the voice to be out of sync, and it would have been like one of those kung fu, those like dubbed over kung fu movies.
Seriously. Aw, you shocked him in the nuts.
Who does that?
Seriously, I get it. He's trying to kill you, but come on, man.
I don't know about you, but like that stuff is spread everywhere. I wouldn't toss it to the ground like.
Oh, you needed Busta Rhymes to come save you from that from those couple of XLR cables.
It's a relatively small town. I mean, I wouldn't expect the entire house to be nothing. Like that fire department could probably get there in a zip.
Yeah, didn't that guy Deckard or whatever his name was? Didn't he call like cops and shit like 45 minutes ago?
Right, seriously. Unless they have like a volunteer fire department or police department. Hey, look, the geek is suddenly the most popular guy at the party.
Yeah, but he's still not getting laid.
Nope.
Baggy ass overalls. Really? That's how you gonna describe him?
How eloquently put, Busta.
Ooh, edgy.
Tough guy. I think I would have liked his character more if he like rapped all of his lines and they rhymed, or if he did like super speed sort of thing.
Like how he's talking shit to.
Sorry, I'm over here too busy cringing.
Nothing like shit talking a corpse? Question mark. Christ, allergies kicking my ass tonight.
Yeah, it was me all day.
Like I have so much fluid in my sinuses. Like, where is it all coming from?
This is the season. And remove the mask and sell it to some weirdo. God.
I mean, come on. Who didn't see that coming?
No, but that's just so bad.
Wow.
Just want to apologize to everybody for our choice.
Oh, they all left.
I know. I want to apologize to you first and foremost.
Well, I think this was my idea.
Well, I just want to apologize anyway. I didn't talk you out of it.
I do like the music.
Music's good. I like the opening music a little better. This one's a little more amped up, a little more faster paced.
And it's not like the music from part 4 and 5 where it was like the dance remix. At least this does sound like pretty creepy and you know, it obviously sounds new. It doesn't sound like the original, but it doesn't sound I don't know. I think they did a really good job with the remix on this theme.
Yeah, definitely agreed. And it, you know, like listening to it now, it definitely has signatures of its time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it definitely belongs in that time period.
Yeah, no. I mean, if there's one reason to watch this movie, well, no, just find this version of the song on YouTube and listen to it.
Seriously, just watch the beginning and end credits, and that's all you really need.
Well, so that was
Yeah.
Halloween Resurrection. First time I've seen it in its entirety, and it will hopefully be the last time I see it in its entirety. That was bad.
I feel like it really sucked the energy out of me. Like,
Yeah.
I even had a monster tonight before the show. I'm like, I'm gonna get a little hyped up tonight. By the end of this movie, I'm just drawn and like completely drawn out.
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, as usual, we rate the movie we just watched. 1 out of 10. What are you giving this thing?
Ugh. Like, I feel bad going lower than a 3, but it's completely deserving of it. 3 was the first number that popped in my mind, but there's not a hell of a lot to say about the movie that could be taken away as a good thing. Um, the mask is terrible. The acting is terrible. The writing is just complete trash. Maybe the cinematography is fun because it kind of really captures a moment in time. It's a little bit of a time capsule as far as like a lot of inspirations from past horror movies as well as Scream inspiration. I Know What You Did Last Summer. A lot of experimentation is going on there, but at the same time, it like when you consider that it came out in 2002, all of this stuff is probably already way too played out. So, like looking back at it, it's unique to me because it's something that I haven't seen in a while, but at the time, it's probably not so much. Um, I'm having trouble coming up with any redeeming factors outside of that little acorn and the music. So, rather than just go give it a 1, I'd probably just give it a 2 and call it a day.
Yep, it's exactly
Meet
what
in
it's
the
getting
middle.
from me. It is getting a 2, which is the amount of times I've technically seen this movie now, and that is where it's going to stay. Only thing I've liked about this movie is the fact that there was one pair of really good tits. We didn't get to see them for very long, but they were there.
Proud about
And
those. Maybe 2.5 now.
and the music. I think that the Halloween theme remix in this movie is actually really good compared to some of the remixes they did in other movies. Again, like 4 and 5. And I just wish it had a better movie accompanying it. It's awful on almost every. It is an assault on the senses in the worst way. It just belittles your ears and your eyes and your mind. It's bad, 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 bad. And I mean, not even a fun bad. I did not enjoy that. Like, it's like Jason X. I do not like Jason X, but at least Jason X is a fun kind of bad movie. This isn't.
Yeah, definitely. And it makes me wonder why everybody like praises the Cod family. And I realize that they produced all of them pretty much, but they also let these terrible ones out the gate and never gave it a second thought, never, like slapped anybody on the wrist. They just saw the dollar signs and kept on moving with the series, regardless of how good or bad it is. And, at least when Rob Zombie came on board later on, excuse me, he basically went and told his vision, whether people like it or not. It was a respectable attempt at kind of like correcting the course on the series. And thankfully, it's that sort of mentality is continuing with the son producing. But I guess props for keeping the series going, but at what cost? These movies have just done an immense disservice to the entire franchise, and I'm glad that horror fans can't let go of something that they really loved, which is basically the first few movies, because this film was basically a spit in the face to any Halloween fan out there. Like, I'm surprised people still supported the movies after this movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a miracle in its own right.
Yeah, it's yeah, that was bad, but it's over now. We did it. We did it.
And we did. We ruined a couple people's Halloweens. It seems like it definitely ruined ours.
And on that note, we just want to go ahead and thank anyone else who might still be with us. If you're not, I completely understand. I don't blame you either. We couldn't leave, but you could. But thank you so much for hanging out and maybe watching this film with us, or at least listen to us rip on it. You enjoyed what you heard? Sure, subscribe to the channel. Right there, somewhere down below. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell. All good.
Even if you didn't, there are better things to come than this movie. Trust me.
Exactly. We don't typically watch bad movies. And if we do, they're usually, again, like really fun bad movies. Not like this slog. This was hard.
Wretched.
So make sure you go ahead, subscribe, and come back every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Occasionally we do take a week off. Every once in a while we do need a break. But for right now, we're on for the foreseeable future. 8 o'clock p.m. Wednesday nights. You can also follow us on Twitter at Dead End Site and like us on Facebook on facebook.com/deadentertainment. And make sure and just visit the website deadentertainment.com. We're always posting the latest horror news and original editorials and articles by all of our talented writers. You can also follow me on Twitter at Bates_MotelMT. And you can also check out my YouTube gaming channel, bit.ly/LDgaming, stands for Live Deliciously in Game. And yeah, I actually just started streaming on the channel again last night. I'm hoping to really get back into a rhythm and a routine. I'd like to try to stream 2 or 3 times a week on my channel. So yeah, definitely come by. We have a good time there. And I'm also looking at doing some different streams coming up. I haven't worked out all the details yet, but I'm working on it. What do you got over there, Ray?
Nothing personally, nothing coming up like crazy in the near future, aside from the commentary that we're going to be doing for An American Hippie in Israel next month. And if you were present for the stream for the Not Quite Halloween Horror-thon, that's a mouthful. We got to change that. But we also did some commentary for 70s and 80s.
It's a statement.
We did commentary for 70s, 80s grindhouse exploitation trailers, and we had a really good time doing that. So I'm gonna try to figure out how we could do that a little more. Make it a consistent thing, because it is just a fun segment. You're not too busy focusing on one thing. You're jumping back and forth. So keep an eye out for that. I do believe that Joe Bob's having his marathon this month, so we're going to see what that entails exactly, and maybe we'll do something regarding that, or whether it's hang out and watch like we did before, or something a little different. So keep an eye on the website for any information regarding that. And we're starting to plan out our Christmas event. Not going to be as wild as things were last year. We did one piece of unique Christmas content every day and a couple giveaways. Maybe not quite that wild, but we're going to have some fun with it this year. So if you enjoy holiday horror, you might want to tune in. Beyond that, keep reading the website, keep listening to us, and tell your friends. Get some people in here. Just if you dig what we do and have a friend that might as well, pass it on to them.
There you go. So, yep, remember, check out the site, check out, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, all of that good social media crap. Do it. It means a lot to us. But thank you guys one more time for suffering through this movie with us, if you're still here. And we will see everybody next Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween evening, and good night.